Guys, welcome back to Victory TV presented by Canva. I'm your host, Jake Barkadash, and I'm joined by Melbourne Victory women's captain, as always, Kayla Morrison. Kayla, an interesting week for everyone. No men's match, the women going down, but still a chance to secure finals tomorrow. How have you seen it?
It wasn't a great last game for us, but I'm really proud of everyone in playing, a game that means a lot more than football. In saying that, I'm sure we'll, really show out tomorrow and have a great game against Canberra and get the much needed win. As for the boys, they've had the last 2 games off, but I'm sure they're going to come firing away and really, have a good show for everyone.
Absolutely pumped for it. Well, let's get stuck into it. Ray Martian joins us to give us a bit of an update on his injury and his first season at the Victory. Elite Girls Program graduate Paige Zoyas previews Friday's crucial battle with Canberra, and the legendary Archie Thompson is joining us to reflect on his career and everything in the world of Archie. Kayla, you met Archie the other day, didn't you?
Archie is my spirit animal, my future best friend. I'm so excited to have him on today. So yeah.
I think everyone's going to be excited to talk to him. Well, we'll kick off the show with one of our special guests, and it's the man from Catalonia who has graced us with his presence today. A career that has seen him play in all corners of Spain, and we've been lucky enough to see him join us here in Melbourne. And today, of course, on Victory TV. Ray, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me.
Mate, it's been a bit of a crazy few weeks for you. Obviously, the collision with Jason Guerrier, obviously to the head, and that was a bit of a crazy period. But how long until we see you back on the pitch?
Well, I hope so that next week maybe I can start training with the team. So I hope that maybe in 1 week and a half or something like that, I will be back on the pitch and being able to help my teammates. Yeah, it's exciting for sure, for sure.
Ray, take us through, your football journey and then out of Spain into Melbourne for the first time leaving home.
Yeah, I've been playing always in Spain. I started in my local village, playing there until I was 16. Then I went to Real Madrid Academy, and I spent there like 5-6 years. And from there, I wasn't able to promote to the first team, so I started my journey. I went to Valencia second team, Valladolid second team, and Celta de Vigo second team. That all of them, they are La Liga team, so I was in the second team. And after that, I went to Andorra, my last team in Spain. And this summer, I had this opportunity, and I had to catch it.
Yeah, and how have you enjoyed, playing under Tony Popovich? How have you enjoyed the boys? How's the experience been so far?
Yeah, everything has been really easy, maybe until the head class with Jason, but it was great. It's true that I was lucky because when I came here, we were in lockdown. We had a long preseason that maybe in a normal season I would say, oh, it's boring or it's too long for me, but for me it was perfect because I got the time to get adapted to everything, to the city, to the country, to the club, to my teammates, even the language, these kind of things that you need to perform at your 100%. And of course, I think that I haven't reached that level yet, but I hope so that in this season I will arrive there.
Well, when we first met, you told me that you weren't able to eat any solid foods, and then we saw each other a few days later at the chairman's function before the Newcastle game, and you weren't joking because you were eating pumpkin soup. But have you had a chance to be able to eat actually any normal food since?
That's true. I have been eating only liquids during 5 weeks, but it's too much. But now I'm able to eat almost everything, not everything, not a stick, but almost everything. So soft food, but solid at the last. So now I'm getting better, and I feel it. Of course, that when you are not able to eat what you are used to, it's like you have a lack of energy. But now everything is okay.
I can imagine. Well, back onto football. Obviously, the Poppers squad that he's assembled. Not everyone's been able to play together and be healthy at the one point. I think when we see that point, we're all expecting some exciting things. I mean, is that what you're kind of feeling internally, getting everyone on the pitch together and having our best 11 out there?
Yeah, it's true that we have been a little bit unlucky with the injuries because we have had a lot and always I think that you have said that never we have played like all the squad being able to be available. Mm. But it's true that we have a deep squad, so everybody. When you have some injuries in the team, another player has to improve his level, has to take the opportunity, and I think that we had. So I hope that, of course, we are desiring to be all of us available, but it's football, and we know that it's normal.
Well, one game we're hoping to maybe see you in is the Vissel Kobe game in the Champions League. Obviously, a couple of Catalonian friends in that team with Bojan Krkic and Andres Iniesta. Have you ever had any links with them or run across them in your time in Spain?
Not both of them, but I have played against Samper, that is another Spanish player that is there in Vissel Kobe. And of course, all of us know Iniesta and Bojan because they have been important in Spain and other leagues, but mostly in Football Club Barcelona. So it's exciting for me to be able to play against him. That it's like a reference for us or an idol, and he's a midfielder as well. Of course, a different kind of midfielder.
Yeah.
But it's an example how to play, of course.
Definitely. Well, mate, thank you for coming in, giving us your time. It's been great to chat.
Thank you for the support from the club and from everybody involved in Melbourne victory.
Beautiful. Kayla, what a guy. We've missed him on
I
the
just
pitch.
love him.
We've missed him on the pitch, haven't we?
Yes, I've missed him on the pitch, but I'm happy to have him at rehab when I'm in there. So I'm going to miss him in the gym, but I'm happy to have him back on the field.
We can't wait. Now, we found a bit more about the girls last week as we found out some of the gym junkies in the team, one standing next to me. And this week we are about to find a little bit more about who gets up to the most mischief in the team.
Maya. Maya Markovsky. Also Maya. I have to go with Kyra again on this one, I reckon. Kyra. Kyra Cooney Cross. Probably Kyra. It's happened before on multiple occasions. Kyra. It's probably top of our search history.
Yes. Not the last.
Yeah. Annoying on an away trip. Oh, there's a few. I'll go with Polly or Maya. Maya Markovsky. I'll go Maya. Oh, she's just a pest. She's just a pest. Tiff. Tiff Elianas. Tiff, because yesterday or the other day when I was on the plane back, she was sitting next to me and laughing out loud to her YouTube video that she was watching. One of those. Definitely Murph. She's the most... No, probably not Murph at all.
The most well-behaved.
The most well-behaved on an away trip would be Murph. It's tough. I'd say probably either Maya or Polly, maybe. I'd say Maisels.
Googling yourself, Kayla, Kyra's name popped up quite a bit there, and then I believe you changed your answer for most annoying on away trips. What was that?
I want to make this crystal clear, and I know both of them will be watching Victory TV, that Polly and Bungie are the most annoying because they steal all the snacks, and then they like make you beg to get one of them. And so they are definitely the most annoying.
Okay, well, there you go. Well, one of the young guns from the women's squad, kind enough to join us today, Paige Zoyas, is one of the emerging young guns of the A-League's women competition, who has graduated from the club's esteemed elite girls program. This season has seen her get more minutes under Jeff Hopkins, and Paige joins us on Victory TV. Paige, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
You're not nervous, are you? You thought I was going to throw you with some laughter before?
I honestly thought you were going to get me, but no.
Well, it's been a bit of a crazy few weeks with a lot of games crammed together. How's that been for you personally?
It's been great. I think there's nothing better than playing lots of games, so I've been loving it. I think there's obviously a lot of sore bodies in the team, but we take our recovery really seriously, and I think we're feeling good heading into tomorrow's game.
Yeah, tomorrow's game's now a massive one. It's a must-win for the girls to make finals. What's the sort of feeling in the team? I bet everyone's really pumped to get there.
Oh, we're buzzing. We had a really good session this morning. We've kind of put a bit of pressure on ourselves in a way that we have to win tomorrow to make finals, but I have complete faith in the personnel that we have that we're going to get the job done, and I think it's a great opportunity tomorrow to show everyone how good we can be, and I'm really excited.
First of all, I'm so excited to have you on the show. Secondly, I know your journey, and I'm so proud of the journey that you took to finally make it into the squad at Victory. But can you tell everyone else what it took to get here?
Well, I've been at Victory for 4 years now, so it's been a very long time. Jeff brought me in when I was a 13-year-old. I actually remember I was at a MPL game and I had hot chips in my hand, and I'd never met him before, and he tapped me on the shoulder and he was like, what did he say? He said, do you want to train with us this summer? And I have the hot chips in my hand and I was like, yes, if you want me still. And I remember I was so nervous, but it's been such a great 4 years, and to finally break into the senior squad a bit of last year and now this year, it's just great and I'm loving it.
Yeah. You know, you did have 4 years where you were younger and, you know, you had a lot of older girls playing. Is there any mentors on the team that have stood out to you?
Hard question. No, jokes. Definitely you. You've been my best mate for a while.
You don't have to say it because she's
No,
really
I
young,
mean
so
it.
there's
I
no
mean
pressure
it.
there.
No, definitely Kayla. I think you kept me sane last year when things weren't going my way. So you and playing with Alex Chidiak this season has been awesome. She does extras with me all the time, and she's just so lovely, and I literally learn off her so much. She kicks the ball and they change him before the game, so now I do that, and I'm just loving being around her.
Well, you've signed on for next season, regardless of what happens this season, so you must be excited to be continuing your journey at the club.
Yeah, I love being at Victory. I'm so excited. It feels like home to me, and I really can't see myself anywhere else at this point. I'm excited to go have a good season in the NPL and get better, and then come back even stronger.
Well, awesome. Thank you for joining us. You didn't crack up like you said you were going to, which is
You
great.
nearly got me.
I tried not to, actually. I was being nice. But no, thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Well, a big thank you to Paige for her time today. And as we head into the analysis bunker with Systema, our good friend Kayla will take a look at some of Paige's work this season.
Paige has really showed her talent while she's been out on the field this season. And in the Canberra match, you can see how she reads the play and drives forward with the ball, playing the ball into Zim for the good chance on goal. Here as well, she makes sure she doesn't get beaten, and she makes the tackle and breaks the line with her pass. Again, Paige's ability to read the game is spotlighted here as she recognizes the break and pushes forward. As the numbers come back, she sees the switch and makes an incredible cross-field ball to continue the attack. Her ability to intercept and move forward is a real strength of hers, and combining with Chid's here, this play was super important to stop Sydney's break and deliver a great ball into the box.
Well, let's have a look at Paige's stats this season, and she's been really impressive on both ends of her midfield work, as we've seen how silky she is on the ball, but also her efforts defensively have been impressive as well. So it's definitely great to see her progress as a footballer. So thank you to Systema for taking us into the analysis bunker. Well, last week, Davo and Steph had some fun with their FIFA cards. Now it's Nish and Brooksy's turn to look into their FIFA numbers as we see how the boys rate their mates.
I'm pretty quick, but I don't know. You see all these cards on FIFA that are like 95 pace, blah, 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 but you don't actually know how fast they're running, compared to us. So
I don't think we're that far off though.
no, I don't think we're that far off, but I don't know how far, how close it is.
Yeah.
We could actually be quicker. So I've added on 2 extras, and that's upped his overall rating.
I had on heading and free kicks because his heading's actually really good. He's got a good leap, so I've seen him a couple of times in training. Get up over Davo. Learn back from that. I've also seen his free kicks after training. They're not bad as well. So
I've added heading. We all know why, because of the goal the other day. And then I've put trim, so haircut. I've put 99 trim because I rate his haircuts. But then if you look at the photo, it's a pretty dead trim. So.
didn't get in on time.
A funny duo there, Kayla. More haircut content as well in Victory TV. We just keep getting people talking about people's hair.
It just wouldn't be Victory TV without something about hair, I don't think.
And of course, his heading is highly rated. But it is another week and another championship anniversary, which has come and gone for the club, celebrating the 2009 championship this week. We look back on that famous night where Tommy Pondeljac's 60-minute goal secured our second title.
Here's Evan Berger's first real involvement. Puts it off for Pondeljak, who drifts it in, and it's a goal for Melbourne! The deadlock is broken in the grand final. Tom Pondeljak.
It was a long way out. He cuts in off the left flank.
At the moment. They've survived that. That's a very heavy challenge by Zaleski, but the final whistle has blown, and Melbourne Victory have won the A-League Championship for a second time.
A super tense night at the old Telstra Kayla, but another historic result in the club's history.
The tense games are the best games for the fans, and obviously ending with a win couldn't be any better.
The Tommy Pontiac goal will be remembered forever. Well, there is one man that comes to everyone's mind when we think of the early years of Melbourne Victory. The man, the myth, the legend, Archie Thompson, who joins us today on Victory TV. Arch, it's an absolute honour. We've been trying to get you on the show and you're finally here.
Well, look, you've caught me way through a shrinks session, mate. I'm on my shrink's couch trying to deal with some of the issues in my life, bro. So I'm to break it up if I can.
Oh, there you go. Well, it was one of the advisories around that to wear a nice party shirt as soon as you come on the show to liven it up.
Well, that's the issue why I'm on the couch. because of the shirt.
Oh.
That's what's got me in the trouble.
Archie, tell us about the podcast. You're unhinged. You're so funny. I had such a great time as a guest. How did we get to this podcast? What's it about?
I'm not talking to you. Can you?
You send it back to me.
You're such a hater. You're such a hater.
What podcast are you talking about? The one that you were just recently on?
Yeah. What other podcast would I be talking about?
Yeah, I'm on lots of things. I'm like the man about town. I'm the people's champ. I'm on every podcast that could possibly be. That's why I'm here. It's because of the deal with the ego. No, look, A to Z in football. I always muck that up. That's with me and Zapponi, Michael Zapponi. We just talk things football. I mean, I like to obviously maybe talk to the people behind the actual sport and the football. What makes them tick besides kicking a ball, because to this day I still get stopped or get recognised as, are you that soccer player? When really we're more than just a soccer player. There's so much more to us. And that's the sort of things that I want to try to get out of people with the podcast. But, it always sort of goes back to football because that's how people recognise, and that's where people get that enjoyment from you. So I guess that's a nice part of it also. And that's what we wanted to obviously see with the guests that we've got on. We've had Andy Brennan, Kayla Morrison, obviously. We didn't get much out of her, to be fair. We'll probably cut that out. But then, and then also Josh Cavello. So some really amazing people with some great stories besides obviously football.
Well, you've called yourself the people's champ. I call you the king of the streets, which you know. But I got to talk to you. I got to talk to you about the time at Victory, because obviously it's embedded in everyone's minds here. We did watch the first grand final win the other week against Adelaide when you banged in 5 against Adelaide. Can you just give us a bit of insight onto that day? Because that was just pretty crazy, even I can imagine for you as well.
Yeah, well, look, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. I really, honestly didn't do much. Like I've said so many times, reflecting on that game, is that I touched the ball 6 times, I scored 5 goals, and my 6th touch was shit. So I really didn't do much. But it was just, I think, because the year that we had, the atmosphere, who would have thought when the A-League started that we would have a full stadium at Etihad, what it was called, 60-odd thousand people. And it was just special. I remember getting substituted and walking the sort of long way around and just hearing the fans, what it meant to them, what I'd meant to them in that particular day, in that game. And I actually got emotional about it because it was funny. It was just one of those real special moments that, you don't get very often in sport. I mean, it does, obviously you do, but then there's moments that really leave an imprint on you. And I guess that did. And I remember leading into that game, there was a lot of talk about me predicting a lot of things. I was harnessing a lot of that secret that was big at that stage. I'm probably a little bit different now when I think about what I want in this world and asking for the universe. It was so much more surface level there. But, hey, I got 5 goals and people still remember it. And I'm glad that, people have special moments. And I guess, for a lot of Melbourne Victory fans, those are iconic moments I'll never forget.
We know what you mean to the fans. We know what you mean to the club. We know what you mean to the world. Very entertaining human. What does victory mean to you?
Um, Look, it's a club that God, there's so many things I could say about the club and what it means to me, but I think it's what it means to everyone else that goes and watches these games. I know that it's all for 90 minutes of people's lives. It's about almost forgetting all the troubles and coming to a place that I guess brings a bit of hope. I know that sometimes it can go up and down and ride waves and stuff, but there's something real special about winning it in front of the fans that pay their hard-earned money to come watch, and I think that was really special for me. And then I guess also too what the club does within the community. I know that Stella was someone that was really built that community vibe with the club, and that's the important thing about this club, is that they give back. They don't forget their roots. They don't forget the local community that support the club, and it's just special. It's fond memories. I still enjoy coming back. It's good that I don't have that pressure of walking in the doors and feeling like I need to perform. It's like it's just good to be able to go back late, chill, say hello to everyone, and then leave. But it's just special.
Yeah.
Well, to take a bit of a turn here, Archie, you've become more famous recently for your mastery in the kitchen, obviously on Masterchef, which we love to see.
Oh, hang on. I just got 2 seconds away.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
I just prepared this earlier. You caught me mid-lunch. Alex said, "Oh, can you get 3 o'clock?" Oh, well, I said 3 o'clock, and I go, "Yeah, but I didn't even really eat lunch, so I'm hanging for this to kind of finish, guys, because I want to." But you talk about MasterChef, that for me was one of the most amazing experiences of my life.
Really?
Because I think the thing was that people actually got to see the real me.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that I guess a lot of people don't see when they're watching any sports person or anyone on TV, is that they just have this perception of this person, and it's not really who they are deep down. And I guess with that, I got to open up and share everything, and then related to so many different people than just football. Like I remember going to tennis, and there was 3 beautiful old ladies there. They would have been about 60, 70 years old. I'm trying to get my seat, and they're like, Archie, and they wouldn't have known me from bar soap if I hadn't gone on the show. And that's the feel that, and the feedback that I get. Whoever stops me that's seen the show that didn't know me beforehand, and that's beautiful. I got to show the world the real me, and the people that know me just were happy for me because they actually saw that I wasn't putting it on. It was just me. So that's a beautiful part of it.
Mate, I thought you were going to bring something a bit more gourmet out than a wrap filled with lettuce. But anyway, it's
Excuse me. Well, yeah. Look, if you had to give me a bit more time, I would have looked at some more special ingredients than a wrap. But you can't go past simple foods. Like, man, me growing up, Mum used to make rice and beef. And rice and beef was just boiled rice and Spam out of a can.
Oh, God.
And people think that's like, oh my God, but simple and beautiful. That's what food should be. It shouldn't be like, a bit of this, bit of that. Or you need this to simmer. It's just what tastes good for you. It can be anything from cheese on toast to a wrap.
Well, we're going to be taking that into the kitchen, Kayla. But Archie, we've got to go. We just want to thank you for coming on the show, mate. You're a club legend.
I've talked too much.
We love you. No,
we're
going to have you on again, mate, because you're an entertainer. But thank you so much for your time.
Well, I certainly hope so, because you guys are going to take my job. The more I'm on TV in front of you guys trying to play you guys down, I'm feeling good. You guys do great. You guys do great.
A big thank you to Archie for his time today. Kayla, one of the good guys of Australian football, and we're so proud to have him a part of our club.
An absolute role model to so many, I'm sure, and just someone who is a really bright light at Victory.
We absolutely love him. Well, that's it for another episode of Victory TV presented by Canva. Don't forget, we're finally back at Amy Park tomorrow night for our final doubleheader of the season as we face Canberra in the women's and Macarthur in the men's. That all kicks off at 5:05 p.m. And March is looking like a busy month for everyone with the potential of finals actions for the women, while the boys head to the coast midweek to face the Mariners, and then it's the big Melbourne derby, which we can't wait to see Saturday next week at Amy Park. And finally, make sure you tune into Victory TV presented by Canva next Thursday as we do it all again for another big week of action. Kayla, it's a big march ahead, isn't it?
Oh, this is exactly what the fans want, I'm sure. Really big games, a lot of tension, finals on the line, and a lot of games for the men. I'm looking forward to it.
And Thursday is our favourite night, isn't it?
Absolutely, Victory TV, baby.
Victory TV night. Well, from myself, Jake Barkadash, and Kayla Morrison, it's good night.